Welcome to another Maz Play video. This is MazMojito, and today we're going to be getting into a cowboy vampire hunter style game. We're playing Evil West. Let's get to it.
Since the time of the founding fathers, dark forces have been preying on America. As the fight against these vampires continued, a secret organization has trained people with remarkable skills. The agent's duty is to protect ordinary people from the forces of evil.
Chester's in a chattier mood than your sour ass. Don't worry about the other boy. Dynamite's a great conversation starter. While we're on the dynamite, Chester will be none too chatty with his guts sprayed all over a train carriage.
I know how to shape an explosion, Edgar.
Coming. Wait for it. Now!
Yeah. Harrow's not gonna be happy about the bridge.
Arrow can suck my dick. He's the Secretary of War, not the Secretary of Bridges. Let's go have a look-see. I go high.
All right, so we're jumping right into it, guys. We got our cowboy vampire hunter guy here.
It's not that bad.
With full of commentary. Now, I played this game for a little bit just to kind of get the feel for it, see how it plays. It's kind of a action-based game, not a lot of climbing or nothing, but just a lot of prompts. Things shine to let you know, hey, you got to interact with this. A lot of gunfights, a lot of fighting melee style.
Let's give it a try.
So this intro part is pretty much going to be a lot of tutorial, kind of give you a feel for the mechanics of the game. So that's pretty much the vibe you're going to get here. But I'm going to keep my comments to a minimum, and we're going to go through the game.
Amateurs.
Alright, so here's our first piece of lore. Infected vessel. Some weird creatures with giant leeches all over them. You're going to see a lot of weird creatures in this game, but and a lot of cutscenes a la Star Wars, Jedi Outcast, and games like that. Gives you little video clips on how to do things in the game. Dodging, punching, shooting, whatever. Very reminiscent of Jedi Survivor, though. So, but like I said, a lot of strange creatures. When there's attacks coming, usually the creatures will give you a little glow warning. So that helps you with dodging. Or in my case, the lack of dodging, because I'm getting hit so much. Now this is a currency based game, so you will have to collect gold and money in this game to buy certain upgrades in the future. So don't pass up on any treasure chests. Not only will you get gold out of it, you'll get some lore and maybe some backstory notes.
All dead. Fuck. Boy, you better make all this worth our time, Chester.
Why is it hurts?
That felt good. More money. This would be a bad time for this thing to collapse.
Now, if you can line these guys up perfectly, get that cannonball toss into spikes, which they give you that nice big hint with the glowing boxes to show you where you can launch these guys into it. This game can be played over keyboard or with a gamepad. I prefer to play with a gamepad. It's a little bit easier than the keyboard. For some reason it prefers Microsoft Xbox style buttons, even though I'm kind of using a PS5 controller, and just thinking about the mapping, making sure I push the right button to match a Xbox controller button. So a lot of cutscenes in here to introduce new bad guys, like this big guy with the big railroad spike through his head. And yet another tutorial on how to do something.
Where the hell did you get that slicer? Much better.
And we got some new lore with us taking out the big guy. It's the Genu giant. So a lot of these lore pages can be opened up later in the game and you can take your time to review them, but we're just kind of speeding through a lot of these scenarios because this is just to introduce everyone to the game, at least people who have never played it, and see if it's something that's up your alley as far as the style of game that you like. A lot of action, a lot of gore, and a lot of timing in this game as far as dodges and punches like that and stuff like that, interruptions. So if that's your style of genre, this is definitely going to be a fun game for you. So as you can see, my timing on this game is horrible. That's why I died. But you really kind of got to get the feel for the timing of the enemy attacks. It's kind of a little delay sometimes. And if you dodge too early or not at all, that's going to happen a lot in this game. I died quite a few times in this game playing it, but it's all part of it. It's all part of the learning curve and just getting the timing down. Still a pretty fun game though.
What is it? Jesus.
Alright, now that we went through all the punching tutorials, we get to use our guns now. So we're going to start off with the revolver. And kind of gives you an idea of the different attacks you can do.
Now that's what I call a game changer. Welcome to America, dipshit.
And here you go. A lot of useful tutorials on how to use the different weapons here. His go-to obviously is the gauntlet, the giant gauntlet on his arm for the melee attacks, but always have these firearms there for your range attacks. And once they start glowing, that's just kind of a finish him off warning where you can get in there close and do some kind of finishing move. I love the little comments that the bad guys make too as you're playing. You have to kind of listen a little bit here because volume's kind of low in the game, but they all have their trademark little trash talk comments, even though they look like monsters that shouldn't be able to talk.
hunch could get me through. Okay, let's dance. I'll take that. I can smell you, Chess, you lousy skunk.
Alright, we got a cutscene here. Usually that means that we're gonna come up to some big major fight before we end the chapter or unlock another cutscene. So we're gonna get through this big battle here, and that's gonna allow us to progress on to kind of like the next chapter of the game. So let's clear these guys out and keep the story moving. Alright, so we got the big boss, mini boss guy here that you'll have to fight more than once, or you'll have to fight mini bosses similar to him. So you can see his health bar there with the skull on it. It's going to take some time to whittle that down to where that is all empty, but he likes to do these stomp attacks, so you just kind of gotta... Timing is everything in this game. You will constantly die if you cannot get the timing for avoiding attacks. So I like to continue to move either left or right just to strafe this guy. And luckily they give us a lot of warnings with the glows and stuff like that when he's about to attack you or do some kind of super move. But he's down here and we get a little cheat attacking on him before he gets up, but we mistimed that. And fortunately our teammate, our AI control teammate is chucking dynamite at him. And there you go, he's down.
Then let's get that son of a bitch.
And this pretty much is going to complete this chapter. Which is pretty much more of a tutorial than a chapter, but it also unlocks more lore, giving you a little detail on that mini boss that we just fought. And yes, the sound gets a little raggedy on some of the cutscenes. That's just part of the game. So this guy is obviously a vamp. Important person that they were hunting down to try to get some intel on other vamps.
Heard you were on your way to the gathering, Chess. What's this? Catering?
Why, I have no idea what you...
That big shiny ball out there is no good for your sensitive skin.
The sun's not to know what they'll do to me.
Fun game. Let's test that theory.
No, Richard, stop! Belmontville! The gallery's in Belmontville!
Excellent choice, Chester. And since you're feeling so damn helpful, we're gonna be needing a guide. Consider it a promotion. Dipshit.
Belmontville's a long way from the manor. We're on a clock here.
We've been hunting DeBono for 3 months. What's another few hours?
Have it your way. But your father's gonna have your ass as an ashtray if we don't make that presentation.
You're retired. What's he gonna do? Fire you?
Belmontville Mines, huh? Oh, we're gonna be walking blind into a damn maze.
And if our tick friend here is telling the truth, DeBono's gonna be right in the middle of it.
I don't think I'm in a position to lie, do you?
That's the spirit, Chester. Now you lift those fancy illusions and who knows? Maybe you'll make it out of this after all.
The glamour! Even I have my limitations, Mr. Gravener.
You want a limitation? How about walking around without a head?
Crawling with familiars. No question.
And where do you think you're going?
Judging by that tone of yours, sounds like I'm making sure Fancy Pants here doesn't make a run for it.
In broad daylight. That's why we need familiars. I'm starting to question your qualifications for this job.
Those ass-licking tick lovers should be shot on sight. What the hell? Maybe we can play with dynamite out here too. Right, Jess? I'll make you a new waistcoat.
I don't believe my tailor would like that.
See? You're bonding already.
Eat me.
Alright, so now we get to use the rifle. We've seen the revolver and the little fanny technique he can use, but now we have the long range shot with the rifle that we can use. So we're going to go through this area here just for a little bit.
The can is right there in front of you.
Oh, shut up. I told you my sight's not recovered after the change.
Hey, so you're telling me it's not the booze?
And we'll get an introduction to these kind of enemies. Add it to our lore book. Alright, so those guys are the familiars that work for the vampires. Usually in hopes of becoming a vampire, but they never usually end up not turning them. They just use them as...
Family of Calvert. Another tick wannabe.
Yeah, he calls them ticks. They're familiars. Just basically humans that are wannabe vamps. And they're basically used to protect the vamps during the day. So you're going to continue to go through this barn here and look for the glowing. Whenever you get lost, look for something glowing. That's where you're usually going to give you your path of direction you need to go.
Smash it. Gosh.
So we unlocked a new skin. There's some customization that you can do in this game. As you play, you will run into new items that you can put on your character to change their look. Right now he's wearing the kind of the trademark rentier suit, but looks like we can get more bandanas and some more hats and jackets as we play. And we continue to get more lore items. Usually have the exclamation point on them, tell you about the people that you're meeting, maybe some notes, just more things to fill in the backstory for the game. All right, so we're coming up on a major transition for this chapter. A big, kind of a little bit of a mini fight scene. There's some chests hidden over there, but at this point, we're going to put a bookmark in it. And as always, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to let me know how you like this series. And we will see you in the next video.